I mean, it is what it is. I feel that we have a decent amount of stuff to talk about this week. I don't know if you have any idea what any of that stuff is.
No, I don't. Yeah. I have one thing I was going to bring up, but it seems like you have some stuff, so.
Oh, what were you going to bring up?
The hot take that this dude had about gatekeeping the anime community.
Oh, please. I want this hot take. In and around my mouth.
Yeah.
Give it to me.
Welcome everyone. No.
Yes.
Welcome to Otaku Flavored Podcast. Let's go. I am Savage Bear TV, or Bear. You can call me Bear if you don't know this by now. But yeah, we're here with Jay. I don't know. He's here.
I'm Jay Lewis.
Yeah.
Same thing. Easy to find, despite everybody's attempt to fail at that. But that's not important.
Yeah.
We're not here for that. We're here for some hot takes.
Here for some hot takes.
That's what we're getting
I was
into.
gonna say, let's start off real strong. So yeah, I don't know if you guys saw it on Twitter. This is like a little while back. I want to say this was last week, but I'll bring up the tweet. We'll post it or something like that. I'll find it. I'll dig it up out of the remnants of Twitter. But yeah, dude was basically saying that if you are a normie and you basically don't like if all you know is Dragon Ball Z or Naruto or basically any of the big shonens like Demon Slayer, then you're not actually into anime and you need to stop watching anime. It was his basic take. Yeah, it was really crazy. It was like
okay, first off, when you started this thing, you're like, Jay, there's a hot take. And there's a person gatekeeping anime. I did not imagine you'd be talking about somebody who's like, hey, the shonen trash people need to get out because they're garbage.
Yeah, basically, kind of.
But that's...
I think
I thought you were going to talk about like the Netflix normies that are like, oh, Devil May Cry Baby was my first anime I ever watched, and I think Castlevania is like the best thing since sliced bread.
Well, no,
like those are the newest normies out there that I can think of, and
I feel like he was lumping all those people in because he was also doing like I think he had like Your Voice or like just any of those, just any random big name anime basically. So it's like if you only know the popular ones, then you're basically ruining anime by you're gonna force it into being normal, and then it's gonna bring down the quality of anime, which is what he was trying to get at basically. Because I feel like he's afraid to lose his I don't know, like obscure big titty bitch like animes or like
these people. Okay,
it definitely felt that direction. It did feel like I'm not going to get my high school DxDs anymore, or I'm not going to get like any of that type of stuff. I don't know, but for me it was like it brought up the thing of why do we care? Why I'm always interested when people care so much about a fandom that they're afraid for it to become the norm basically. Like,
it's already the norm.
It already is. Like, it's too late.
The early, like the mid 2000s, made it mainstream. Like we're just catching up to some of the more popular stuff right now. This happened. Attack on Titan is arguably one of the biggest pillars to fall in the obscurity of anime. Like that pretty much brought it into like a lot of mainstream places, and everything after that. Like there's just so much sure, early 90s, yeah, it was obscure. I had to find stuff on VHSs. That's how that worked. 2000s. I knew nobody that was into it. Nowadays, everybody's watched an anime.
Yeah, exactly.
Just get off of it.
Well, it's one of those things. I don't know. Yeah, sorry. You can keep going with your point. I don't mean to.
Oh no, I just like the obscure stuff, the weird, janky, odd stuff that people like or don't like. For a lot of people, stuff. I don't personally watch any of that stuff. Sometimes I have like, what is it? The High School of the Dead. Amazing show. Great can't speak jiggle physics.
There we go.
It's absurd, but it's great. It's a great show.
Yeah.
And sometimes they're for me, sometimes they're obviously not. A lot of them I definitely don't care about. I don't like gratuitous fan service. I even don't like it so much to the point of like that recent firefighting show that came out was like way too much for me.
Yeah, Fire Force. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't watch. There's a lot of anime that I've started and just stopped because it was like, oh, penny shot early opening scene, and it's like, Fully Cooley is one of my favorite anime out there. I can appreciate a good scene with some high quality cultured stuff going on.
Yeah,
but I like it to have substance and purpose. But that's cool. I don't care that there's stuff out there that's not for me, and that stuff is gonna exist forever and always.
Yeah,
In
exactly.
fact, because it's more mainstream, I've seen more of that now recently than I have ever in the past, like combined.
That's what I was going to try to get at, basically, is that I feel like just bringing in more people means a growth in the industry, meaning more obscure anime, basically. There's going to be people who are putting money into more obscure animes to try to get them to become a thing, because, yeah, maybe you'll become the next Attack on Titan or anything like that. Because if you look at Attack on Titan, it's one of those shows that, like, it's weird. It's very weird. And then it blew up. So your strange, like... I don't know, what keeps coming to my head as far as like weird and strange that I started recently was Bakemonogatari, and it's like weird, strange, obscure anime, but I feel like there's going to be more of these. Like, I mean, even Wonder Egg Priority that we're like into weird, obscure anime. Like,
at least that one falls within the it doesn't have any of the obscure stuff in it, but you go to something like Made in Abyss. There's a lot of stuff in there that like will worm people out really freaking hard, and I can't explain any of that away. They're like, the stuff that occurs to the little kids is like inappropriate for American audiences, and it's like, sure, I guess, but here's the fun thing: despite any of all that stuff, they're not making it for us here in the States just because it's become popular here.
Yeah,
and the U.S. is sure, the U.S. is producing anime now. Same with all these other countries. But ultimately, a lot of times these studios don't even know that it's going to the U.S. audience. Sure, we're all sensitive and coddled here in the States and want, you know, everything to be sexually repressed, jokingly, but true at the same time.
Yeah.
There's a lot of creators that don't even know that their work's getting broadcast out here. There's a lot of creators that are making the stuff, the mangaka artists and the light novel artists, or just the straight up anime that's being produced out there, just so happens to be getting out here. We're not necessarily completely even getting new stuff out here. We're just getting more things adapted that weren't getting adapted in the first place.
No, that's a good way to put it. Yeah, I totally agree. It definitely feels like more and more is getting adapted that wasn't necessarily going to get adapted before, and now like the anime industry is growing. It's becoming mainstream, which is going to allow these studios and more people to pick up obscure random stuff or stuff that wouldn't have seen the light of being an actual show. Like,
there's a ton of stuff that would never have been put into English if it wasn't for the fact that it's gotten popular here.
Yeah.
And now it's in English and you can get a hold of it. That's freaking awesome. I was really hoping that this gatekeeping argument was going to be something that was like of like real substance, because I've seen people out there with some like shit take arguments that were like out there, but it was person protecting his jigglies is just not a
as I said, I don't think it just comes down to just the jigglies. I think it really comes down to like being like saying if you're only into the normie like, or your stuff that everybody knows of, you're not into anime, basically. And just keeping the fandom by like making sure it's kind of almost like the whole like, oh, if you're playing mobile games only on your phone, you're not a gamer. That's basically what I got out of it. And when I was looking at the tweet, I was like, okay, like I kind of get, sure, like it makes sense if you're coming at it at that, but at the same time, it doesn't hurt anybody. I don't know.
Nor does even that gaming argument even hold any water. That's so freaking lame. That's
none of it does. Like.
No, and there's a part of me that knows. It's like, I just really want a hot take to actually give some ground.
Yeah, it wasn't like people took to it. Like, I mean, I saw a bunch of people retweeting it and basically being like, dude, what the fuck? So that's why for me, I was like, it's a hot take enough that the Twitter community for anime is like, dude, what are you doing? Don't be like this, dude.
Because I mean, there's a side of this argument that I will take up, that I will actually roll with, that I probably will receive punches for, but it's like the cancel culture movement of people out there who do want to censor anime, and it's like, no, homie, don't. Like,
yeah,
that's the side of the argument that I would come at.
Well,
but
I guess, I mean, I could see that as being a rational fear in some ways, because if it does, I don't know. At the same time, you have like Redo of the Healer coming out right now, and it's like that's completely against what I don't know.
Yeah. I think and that's the thing, is like those people won't win either. That's like the thing is like cancel culture doesn't accomplish what people think it does. It's one dude virtual singling to everybody else so he can get laid probably, and that's it.
Possible. Yeah. I mean, cancel culture in itself is like, it's a very strange thing in a lot of ways.
Yeah,
It's
it's just
basically just
a
people instantly hopping on something, whether or not it's true. But that's beside the point. It sounded like you had a couple other things you wanted to bring up before
oh,
before my
probably. I
poor
don't
hot
even
take.
remember what they were. Yeah.
I will say I've been watching a new anime. That I just.
Oh, you wanted to switch subjects? Is that what you're trying to get at?
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, to get off the hot take. Yes, I like
Okay.
that.
Well, before you say the new anime that you're
Cool.
watching,
Look at
and
this.
that's really important, all the fun stuff. There was a whole bunch of things that occurred in the anime industry that some people paid attention to. I paid attention to it just simply because I had nothing better to do on one random day and saw that this was on a banner and clicked on it. And other of you have probably paid attention to it for similar reasons. If not, then it's much like any other award that has ever been passed out in the universe, and nobody gives a damn. At least it's not as rigged as the Grammys or whatever the stupid thing.
Oh, was it the Crunchyroll Awards?
The Golden Globes, all those things. Crunchyrolls awards, yes. Those are voted on by the people at least, so maybe there's a sliver of us actually giving a damn in there. And so I wanted to at least like raise past some of those things. Because there was some notable winners in there that was worth it, and some of them that are just like almost hot takes in their own right. It's kind of a thing.
I saw that was going on, but I didn't know it already finished. Like I'm so out of the loop of keeping up with everything. Like I'll just go on Crunchyroll now, and it's like new ad about VTubers, and I'm like, I don't know, I can't look at you. I'm just gonna go look at my Jujutsu Kaisen or. But
No, we can run these back really quick. I mean, they're very simple and very basic. Like simple things. The first one that was voted on was Best Girl.
Oh shit!
There was quite a few nominations for this one. I believe there was. Let's see. There's the girl from Rent a Girlfriend, Keep Your Hands Off of Izakun, and a bunch of other really great ones like Great Pretender. Right. But the one that definitely won and easy enough to win was Kaguya-sama: Love is War, which I'm not at all surprised.
Oh, okay.
Kaguya
ended up winning.
Yeah, that's an easy bat out the door. I'm not at all shocked or amazed by this.
I definitely probably would have voted for Rent a Girlfriend girl, but
decent choice. But the thing is, I don't think enough people watched Rent a Girlfriend.
I don't think so either.
That's, I think always the problem that's going to hit these things is like, it's kind of what is the most popular anime is going to be the most popular answer.
Yeah.
And that's where you can kind of just bet these things out here, because next up for the best boy, we had actual runners up from Dorohedora.
Oh shit! Okay.
Which is Semen, or I can't say his name. Joji from Jujutsu Kaisen.
Okay.
Kan Agaro, I can't say his name. Tower of God, the boy from that. Which basic. I don't think he ever had a shot.
Yeah.
But Lelouch from Beastars. That's my ticket to win. That's where I'm at. And then Anos Voldegard, which is my second runner-up from Misfits and Demon Academy.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And then we also have one dangling in there from Haikyuu, which is Shoujo. So those were all the candidates. And in this one, can you guess?
I can't.
By the most popular anime, who would actually won?
I want to say the guy from Haikyuu won.
And you would be right.
Ha! Let's go. I mean,
because
it makes sense.
The love is just not out there.
People love it. That's probably who I would have voted. I would have voted for. Yeah.
Every teenage girl in the world voted for that one.
Yeah, Haikyuu
I'm pretty sure
insane.
A million boys did too.
Insane popular right now. That was one of the shows that I tried to get into because sports anime I always think is kind of interesting because it makes it more entertaining for me. Not the biggest sports fan, but yeah, I don't know. Couldn't get too deep. I haven't watched a lot of it.
But Voldegard and Lelouch, man, they're so good.
The
other ones make sense to me. Like, Goji, whatever, like the dude from Tower of God, that dude's a blank slate. He doesn't deserve on there. It's like, yeah, whatever. But Voldegard,
yeah, no, agreed. That's a good show too. I like that show.
Yeah. I'd let him throw me across the courtyard.
I'd let him, straight up, right? Beat that heart towards me, but yeah.
Right? Destroy me with the throbbing of your heart.
Dude, when you sold that to me, I was like, all right. You know what? I need to stop. Say no more. All right, you said castle. You said more, but you didn't need to. Oh, man.
Guys, go watch it. It's great.
Good. It's a good
amazing.
one. What was up next?
Best director, which is
Oh,
a
cool.
category that I'm most hyped for.
I was gonna
So we
say.
have the director from Decadence, Jujutsu Kaisen, Great Pretender, Kaguya Love is War, Tower of God, and Keep Your Hands Off of Izukun.
Ooh, interesting.
And that is a lineup and a half. And
I really want to.
there's some things on here that I think some people have overlooked greatly. Like I'm glad Great Pretender's on here because that's one of the ones that I thought would slip through a crack.
Yeah.
I'm surprised Decadence is on here because I love Decadence. I finished Decadence, great show, but who the hell watched it other than me? It seems like
probably just you. Maybe there's probably at least like 3 other people. I don't know. For me, I'm like voting for Jujutsu Kaisen just because I love that show and I feel like the direction and like all of that is done very, very well in that show. But
I'm not at all surprised about this one that it's Keep Your Hands Off of Izukun.
Ooh, okay.
That is really, really good. Here's my one problem with Keep Your Hands Off of Izukun is as much as I thought this was a show for everybody and it was like a thing that was just awe-inspiring and out there for like, if you create stuff, you're going to love this thing.
Yeah.
Maybe I just misread that as there's not enough people out there who want to have an inspiration in their life. I don't know what it is, but it's one of those things that it just seems like everybody falls off on.
Yeah.
And
I mean, it's on my list to start watching. I just started a different one, which you guys will find out later. But I started a different one out of basically from our review of 2020. There was plenty in there that I had missed, so I wanted to go watch quite a few of them. Yeah.
All right. Well, next up, best score. So this is the one that I have that I need work on. And coming up in a future episode, we're going to be having a awesome tier list breaking down a bunch of music OPs, which
I
haven't told you about, but we're doing it.
Let's go. I love this idea. That's a good idea. This man.
Right?
Oh.
All right. But not here. Not here. Maybe next time.
Just break out a tier list. You're like, I was prepared.
There was a part of me that wanted to, but I knew that this was here, and I was like, "There's other stuff that I want to talk about."
Yeah.
But for best score, we have Tower of God, Great Pretenders, Beastars, Keep Your Hands Off of Izukun, The God of High School, which, dear God, I can't make myself get all the way through, and Japan Sinks, which is one of the best comedies of 2020.
Dude, that was foreshadowing. Japan tried to sink not that long ago. I hope everyone's okay over there.
Oh yeah, that was pretty crazy. That was a hell of an earthquake.
Yeah. My vote's for Beastars though. If Beastars doesn't win this right now, I am kind of sad because that was amazing. That was very, very good as far as score goes. That whole show was good.
Only songs that like stick in my head from any of this is Keep Your Hands Off of Izukun. However, Tower of God took it.
Tower of God took it.
Yeah, so maybe I'll have to go back and like
listen to it. It's weird because I can't even think of the the opening for Tower of God right now off the top of my head. But it has one.
Of course, yeah. I have no idea what the heck it is.
But
I don't think it helped that Tower of God was one of the ones that I binged. So
yeah, same. Yeah. It was
what was it on?
Tower of God was on it was on Crunchyroll. It was on Crunchy.
It was on Crunchy?
Yeah.
Okay. I guess that makes sense, but still I don't know what. So I must not watched it when it was coming out weekly or something like that, and I binged it all, or maybe I did and I just can't remember.
Yeah, weirdly enough, like in my head, I can't think of a lot of the actual like music scores or anything like that, but I do remember it being pretty, like especially fight music and things like that when they were in the like the little tournament that they had where they had to keep the crown. That was like I remember it being good, but I'm not memorable enough to be like, this is what it sounded like.
Well, this might make you feel a little bit better than best opening sequence.
Let's go.
We've got Keep Your Hands Off of Izukun, Jujutsu Kaisen, Beastars, Great Pretender, Kaguya-sama, and Haikyuu.
Oh.
There's a weird thing in here where I could easily give this between either Beastars or Kaguya-sama Love is War. I'm pretty sure I voted personally for Kaguya-sama.
Okay.
Just because I really love the Daddy Daddy Do song that was in season 2. Because that's what we'd be comparing this to.
Yeah.
And that was just a fun song.
Yeah, Beastars opening.
And if you haven't seen the music video, watch it.
Beastars is hype. Definitely Beastars was good. Jujutsu Kaisen, I actually really grew on me. Weirdly enough, I didn't like it the first time I listened to it. And really? I was hesitant to skip through it. Yeah, and then after I started watching more and more seasons, I felt like it fit really, really well with the show. But
Yeah, especially since this is opening sequence, like that show just
yeah.
ties in so much meaning into so much of my stuff, or so much of its stuff. But Beastars wins.
Yes, let's go. Finally. My deserves it. 100% deserves it.
This is one that I can't speak for at all because for some reason, unless you are Evangelion, I don't know what your end sequence songs is. Wait, that's a lie.
That's a
I know
lie.
the JoJo end sequence songs on a few of them,
Well,
and maybe
okay,
like two
yeah.
other.
I was gonna
anime.
say I know Cowboy Bebop, like Jupiter Jazz and all of that, but yeah, I don't know
Right,
a
well,
lot
out of the new stuff that came out, we have our Great Pretender, Jujutsu Kaisen, BNA, which I actually do know the end credit for that one because I enjoyed the crap out of it. I'm pretty sure I voted for that one. But Dora Hey Dora, the Millionaire. Oh, whoa! I don't even know what this one. The Millionaire's Detective Balance United.
Huh? Never heard of it. Yeah.
And then one of my favorite animes of last year that most people haven't seen, please go check it out, is Inspector. I love that one.
Yeah.
Those are the ones for end sequence.
Interesting. Weirdly enough, end sequences are one of those things where by the time I get to the end sequence, I usually want to watch the next episode. So
Yeah,
I really do go past a lot of end sequences. I think
Mhm.
the only end sequence that I've started watching, weirdly enough, and getting all the way through is Laid Back Camp. Just because there's usually
It's
something
relaxing.
after, there's like a little thing after the credits basically, and the song's cute enough that it's worth sitting through. So I don't know.
Yeah, if there's a stinger at the end, I'll watch it. Or
Yeah.
if it's or if I'm watching weeklies, a lot of times I'll stay for the end. Like,
Yeah,
hey guys,
true,
see
true.
the end or something like that. But
Yeah.
we've got Jujutsu Kaisen as the winner
Oh,
for
really?
the ending OP. Yeah,
Interesting. I don't even, weirdly enough, I like can picture what it looks like in my head, but I can't remember what it sounds like in my head. Because that was, yeah, that was one where I was playing catch up for a long time. So I would get to the end of an episode and be like, all right, we're on to the next episode.
yeah. I just have B and A. That's the only one, and that's simply because I don't know. I watched B and A twice, and so
Yeah.
it's more in my head than all the other ones.
I could see that.
But-
Makes sense.
Best fantasy category.
Oh, let's go. We're getting there.
We've got
boys.
Decadence, Tower of God, ReZero, Dora Hey
Ooh.
Dora, Ascendance of a Bookworm, and Dragon Quest Adventures of Dea.
All right,
Dea?
Dragon Quest Adventures. Totally taking this 100%. Hands down. My final answer.
Really? Okay.
No, my final answer would probably be ReZero if I'm going to be serious.
Season 2 of ReZero is destroying it right now.
Yeah.
I just watched 4 episodes because I let it slide for a couple weeks, and I just speed ran the last 4 episodes the other day. Dude, that show, if you watch it consecutively back to back, is the most intense amount of like stuff going on right now. It's insane.
Oh,
I couldn't keep up.
I'm kind of glad that like I'm going to be binging all of it at once. 'Cause I'm going
It's a
through
show
first
that
season
almost
still.
once weekly because it is.
Oh, interesting.
dense.
Because okay,
It's dense.
that's kind of okay. I kind of see what you're getting at now. Because if you binge
Yeah.
it, you're gonna be like, wait, you need like a week to digest the episode.
Yeah, by watching 4 episodes back to back, I was exhausted trying to like, because every single episode it's like trying to like throw a new thing into it, and by the time that you watch one episode, you're like, okay, so it's gonna go this way. Next episode, no, it's going that way. Next episode, it's going. It's just like you feel like you're getting ping ponged by watching it all at once.
Got
So
it.
watching it weekly made it a lot more just like grandiose.
Makes
I don't
sense.
know
So,
because you
so
could, like-
Dragon Quest 1 is what you're trying to say?
no, ReZero.
Yeah. Okay.
It is
All right.
definitely
No,
ReZero.
Yeah, that was gonna be my actual guess. R.I.P.
Yeah,
Dragon
no.
Quest.
Easily mine as well. We have for best comedy, Kaguya-sama Love is War, Keep Your Hands Off of Izukun, My Life as a Villainess, All Routes Lead to Doom, Sleepy Princess of the Demon Castle,
Mm,
Kakushigoto. I
nailed
never
it.
seen that one in my life. And Misfits at Demon Academy, which is my personal winner, best comedy, hands down. Let's go.
Yeah,
At
it was good. It was good. It's a power fantasy that is definitely a comedy because it knows it's a power fantasy. But
It's so much more of a comedy than like these other ones I get are comedies, sure, but they're not in my head as a comedy.
yeah, I mean,
Where Misfits is just a comedy. Kaguya Love is War is the winner, just to
Okay.
get that out of the way.
okay.
Which is like a romance comedy, yes.
I mean, I guess
but
I could
it's like,
see it, but not nearly as much as I think
no.
the weirdly thing about Demon is I feel like a lot of people skipped over Demon mainly because
For sure.
the
for
first
sure.
few episodes are just so in your face, like like this is what I am and I don't care, basically. So if you can't get it past that, you're not making it very far in that series.
The amount of people that I know didn't think it's a comedy and thought it was like an honest show. Just being like,
right. That's how I felt too. It doesn't take itself seriously from the beginning. Like
it went over so many people's heads. It was great.
Good series. Once again, go watch it. No.
Yeah.
Get some love.
Best drama. So here's one that I can get more things under.
Jay's category.
We have Japan's a Joke 2020. Japan's
no.
2020. Fruits Baskets. Sing Yesterday for Me. Great Pretender. Yeah. Beastars. Come on. Smo and the Forest of Spirits, which I forgot came out last year. Amazing series. Please go watch that one. I wish more people have seen it.
Yeah. Somali is amazing. Spoilers for before. Sweet. Yeah, that's the one. I'll just do it now. That's the one I'm watching currently. That's the one we're getting caught up on. So we'll talk about it more in a little bit. But it's so good. It is absolutely amazing. Truthfully, out of those, I think Somali would be my vote. Like
for either that drama?
Or Beastars. It's so cute. But yeah,
Beastars is a true drama.
Beastars is a true, yeah.
Somali is just starts off as like a slice of life exploration thing with like drama towards the end.
Yeah, it does feel that
way. I really
way.
love the little like tiny dwarf onies and
dude, that hanging out
this cute stuff. We'll talk about it in a minute.
It's cute stuff.
Winner was Fruits Basket.
It was Fruits Basket.
Yeah, Fruits Basket season 2 and classic just coming back from the dead and knocking everybody out of the way.
I'm actually really happy to see that because Fruits Basket is one of those series that is forever ago, and to see that it came back with a season 2 and was able to knock it out like this, kind of it's interesting. It gives me hope for like Ouran High School Host Club for their season 2 and things like that. So to see,
well, I mean, this is just a full-on remake too from the original. So season 1, season 2 is full-on remake. So it's like, we all know this story by now, but I am glad that the artwork's updated, and the fact that it is Poland.
I mean, it got put into a whole new generation of people too, so it goes to show how timeless of a story it was. Yeah,
so good. Best Protagonist.
Oh shit, let's go.
We have Natsumi from Decadence.
Okay,
I love that character, amazing. Yoji from Jujutsu Kaisen.
Okay.
Catherine from My Next Life as a Villainess. Might be saying some of these names wrong. I don't know. It's Voldegard from Misfits of Demon Academy.
Better win. No.
Shoyo from Haikyuu.
Oh no.
And yeah, those are all of the different ones.
I guess it would be Haikyuu. That'd be my personal guess. But other than that, like, I don't know.
This one is the one that I'm the most lost on. Katarina, that's her name. It's not Catherine. It's Katharina or something like that from Villainous.
From Villainous.
Winner of that one.
Okay.
I haven't watched all the show, and this winning Best Protagonist kind of makes me want to go
watch the rest of the show. Yeah, kind of. I haven't started that one yet, and it makes me want to start it. Like to see.
Definitely.
Yes.
I don't
see what all the hype's about. I mean, to win Best Protagonist, you must have some interesting stuff go down for you. Like.
Yeah. Natsumi from Decadence is one of my favorites just because, I don't know, I really love that show. But whatever. We'll now watch that for sure. I think it's now on my short list. Best Antagonist.
Ooh.
My favorite category out of all of these. Director was my favorite. This is my second favorite category for sure.
My favorite category.
I love a good guy.
I love you.
We have N from Dora Hedora.
Okay.
Rachel from Tower of the God. Great one right there.
Actually, that is really good. Yeah.
Royman from Jujutsu Kaisen. Akito from Fruits Basket. And I should have made you read all of these. Why
you
am
really
I doing
should have. You would have
from ReZero Life. So this is the witch lady from ReZero season 2. I forget her name, but y'all know who that is. Overhaul from My Hero Academia.
From My Hero Academia.
4.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So this should have been your list to read off, but you didn't know what I was bringing to the table today.
I mean, I like surprises. It's always fun when Jay shows up and he's like, by the way, we have stuff that we're going to do today. I'm like, all right, let's go.
I'm running this thing.
Weirdly enough, I actually really liked Overhaul as a villain. His character is kind of interesting. I don't know if you watched season 4 at all, but
Sure, as if the show was any good. I mean, what? Yeah, sure.
Yeah, man, shots fired towards a My Hero fan. They're gonna come after us. All right, we have to say a good thing about My Hero Academia at least every once in a while, or they come after us, Jay.
It's a show.
There you go. That's a hot take. That's pretty good. But no, I did like his character, but
I will agree with what actually won. It's Raman from Jujutsu Kaisen.
Okay, yeah, that was my other one. Yeah,
that dude is a freaking badass. Rachel deserves a good slap in the face, but ultimately,
truthfully, Rachel is like such a good runner-up. Truthfully,
oh yeah.
Like, the more I literally forgot she was on the list after you read through everything. I'm like, that's right. You said Rachel from Tower. She pushes him. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah,
Rachel's just such a great backhanded slap.
Such a good, like, I don't know, antagonist, because it's such a weird show. Like, as far as that goes, I don't know.
It's the slowest burn to reveal ever. And you're waiting for all of this time. You get to the end. And mad spoilers, just slaps him off the platform. And you're just
right.
Like, what?
Not what you. Yeah, very good. Very good hold up till that. But
yeah.
Okay, cool.
Because I have words to say about Tower of God at some point. Great anime. Yeah. Definitely watch it. And then the ultimate category by everybody else's standards, and I don't really care what other people really think about this one, but Anime of the Year.
Anime of the Year! The biggest category! The one that Jay doesn't care about, but that we all care about!
I would care if it seemingly actually mattered, but we've got Beastars.
Oh, let's go. That wins.
Jujutsu Kaisen.
Let's go. That
Contender, wins. Dora.
Yeah.
Keep your hands off the Izakun, and Opera Rama.
Okay.
Which was pretty good as well. I would say the ones that belong on this category are Izakun and Beastar.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
Weirdly enough, I feel like there should be more in this. Like, I would put Samoli in there. Like,
Samoli's really dope as well. Yeah.
I think it deserved at least being on the list for Anime of the Year, but
like there's things that I think belong.
Did Beastars win? Did Beastars?
No, Jujutsu Kaisen.
What? Jujutsu?
I don't understand.
Wow.
Yeah.
It is
the power of shonen.
Let's go, dude. It is very hype. I mean, as far as a new shonen coming out,
shonen?
Yeah.
Yes, best shonen in years.
Yeah, done really well. I mean, even where they are currently, I've been absolutely enjoying it still. It is one of those shows that only has been getting better with time, and that's how you know you're a good shonen. It's when you slowly but surely are getting better with time, because you know you're invested for what, I don't know, however many episodes this is going to turn out to be. But
yeah, it gives me, like, I'm such a person that was like over the idea of watching any more shonens. I think the last one that hurt me too bad to continue was just Hunter x Hunter.
Yeah.
And I know that's a whole bunch of people who want to get pissed at me for sure. I get you. Whatever, we'll fight.
Whatever. It'll be pretty legit. It'll be a legit fight.
But then, I mean, and then you got things like Hero Academia and just like Snore, whatever. There's people with your opinions. So I was just like, whenever a new shonen comes out, I'm just like, whatever.
Yeah.
But Jujutsu Kaisen just destroys on a level that
It's good. It's got a good art style. I really, really love the art style for it. It's got good fighting, good combat. It has some of the most like flowy combat I've seen in a long time, and that's like the style I really, really enjoy. Way over your like Dragon Ball Z or your kind of like everybody like hits and then backs off sort of thing. But like, yeah, Jujutsu Kaisen has some very nice like actual fight scenes, it feels like.
Yeah, I think the last shonen that really hit in this sort of way, and this hits way better than I think, in my personal opinion, but I think this is like the new Naruto of its age.
Sure. Okay. I could see that actually. Yeah. I could totally see that. It does kind of feel like that. As long as they don't start doing flashbacks like Naruto did in their next season, I'm totally okay with with it being called that. It's scary to think though, like, oh man, don't go that route. All right, Jujutsu. Like,
no, for sure.
Be the One Piece. Be One Piece. I would rather be One Piece personally. But
yeah, please be the One Piece, but One Piece is way older.
Yeah, way older. Yeah. It's the generation before Naruto. But okay.
Yeah, the great ones. Because the big three is Bleach, Naruto, and
Why can't I think? It's One Piece. No, it is One Piece. It's One Piece,
Is it
Bleach,
One
and
Piece?
Naruto. Yeah, those are the big three.
Okay.
It always makes me laugh
Oh.
because it's Dragon Ball Z that is the one that or Dragon Ball, which is the grandfather of shonen. But
it really is. And
really
for some reason, I think of One Piece in that age group because I always think of like Dragon Ball Z, One Piece, and like Yu Yu Hakusho as like the three old grandpas in the building.
I mean, it kind of is in a way because basically out of the big three, One Piece is first, and then it goes Naruto and then Bleach, if I really remember correctly.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's always weird for whenever anyone says the big three for shonens because I always think Dragon Ball's in there, and then I'm always like, oh wait, no, Dragon Ball's not because I'm old. But yeah.
I mean, it truly feels like the
Yu Yu Hakusho should be in there too. Yeah, we have. Yeah. Personally, to go back to the other thing though, I'm surprised Beastars didn't take that. Truthfully, like weirdly enough,
right?
Beastars was one of those animes that was absolutely amazing in so many different ways. Not to say Jujutsu Kaisen isn't, but it's very, very good. Yeah.
Like I don't even like. I know we're getting a season 2 of Beastars, and I haven't started watching it yet. I know it's out there already. And I haven't started watching it, so I can't speak for whatever it is, but it even ends in a way that, like, sure isn't an ending, but at least, like, feels complete.
Like a wrap-up, kind of. Yeah, getting you ready. Yeah. I mean, of course, weirdly enough about that show, like, it does a good job at starting off with an interesting plot arc that doesn't basically come to fruition until basically next season, it's looking like, which is weird, because at the beginning of that, I thought we would have way more information. And then it wraps up and you're like, wait a second, there was something from the beginning of the show and I can't remember what it was. And then it's like, oh, that's right. This whole show is about this thing going down. And now maybe we'll get more information on it in season 2. I haven't started season 2 either though, but
yeah, I really need to. And I know a lot of it's out, so you just need to binge it, but sure. So Smoley in the forest and whatnot. You started watching that.
I started watching it. I am, I think, halfway currently. I think we're on episode 6 or 7, but that show is one of the most adorable animes I have watched in such a long time. Somoli is a character, and how Golem Dad has to take care of Somoli and is slowly but surely realizing that he may have emotions. Even there's so much about this show that
right at the end of his. Like spoilers
ahead. I was about to say that too, actually, because I was trying really hard not to say anything like spoilerish, and I'm like, nah, we have to hit at least some spoilers. But yeah, he's basically at the end of his line. He has exactly a year, and he stumbled upon a human, and basically he's like, yo, human, I'm going to make sure you can get back to your people. And now they're on an epic adventure to try to get Somoli back to humans.
Yeah, and we watched as Somoli grows so close to Golem and all the
it's so sad. Oh my god,
and he knows that he's gonna die, and it's just
there's so many moments. There's like a moment recently that we just had where basically Somoli she goes to find this flower that if you can bring back before it dies, it'll grant you a wish. And basically she gets back and he's all pissed at her because basically she didn't come back in time, and he told her like, hey, you needed to get back. So she's all upset. She gets almost sick and dies. He basically gets the medicine with all the money he's made to keep her alive. And then at the end of it, she's basically like, can you like promise me that you'll be with me forever, basically? And he's like, yeah, I promise. And you know that it's like tearing him up inside. I feel like he's a golem, he's slate-faced, but at the same time, it's like, dude, I just had to promise this small creature that I'm gonna forever be around as your dad, which I already know isn't true. So clearly I'm having to lie to you right now, and us as a viewer are like, no, why are you doing this? Like, I know this is the thing that you're supposed to do as a dad too. Like, you tell your kid, of course I'm gonna be around forever, daughter, but it hurts.
It's a lie.
It hurts so much. I haven't gotten so close to crying in a long time. I don't cry at anime or like any sort of content of any sort. call me clammed up or whatever, but
It's okay. I'll get you there from watching enough A Slice of Life. I'm a big baby when it comes to anime. It's the one thing that can pry my soul out.
this one got me real close. This got me real fucking close. There was a couple moments where I'm like, oh no. Like when the wolf after basically is like, yo, you promised this girl that you would be with her forever. You gonna be able to keep that? And he's just like, yeah, I get. Like, he doesn't really say anything because he knows he can't, but
Yep.
it's so sad. It's a good show though. The adventure, the art style. It's interesting to see how terrible they make humans out to be. One of the I think the most recent one we just finished was the witch one, where they go and like learn about the witches. And yeah, dude, there's like one of the witches falls into a human area, and basically they like think she's human because there was a golem there that was like, yo, yeah, she's human, don't worry, you guys. And they fucking find some creature at one point during that, and they're just calling it like grotesque because that's the name of the nickname for all of the monsters and stuff, and they're like killing it, and the creature's basically like, no, don't kill me, I'm not a threat to you guys. And they're just like, no, it's terrible. And that's when she realizes, I need to get the hell out of here, because if these kids figure out that I'm like a witch, I'm gonna die.
Yeah.
But I think it's an interesting aspect to put on humans, because I mean, humans in a lot of animes aren't necessarily like the good guys. But this show really makes you feel like both sides are kind of in a strange like place.
Yeah.
Like it almost feels like the humans, I don't know because I haven't finished it, but it almost feels like, yes, the humans instigated this, but the monsters are the reason it's escalated to where it is, basically. Like, because they are trying to eradicate out the humans.
Yeah. No, there's I really love the push and pull of it for sure. There's another anime that does something really cool with the similar kind of concept. There's Grimgar Ash and Light is a anime that came out at the same time as Sword Art Online, therefore nobody ever saw it. But it was much the same of an isekai that came out at the same time, except for it never acknowledges itself as an isekai. It's just people wake up in a place and don't know how they got there.
Okay.
And it's a really great story where they go through, and it's a very very honest like fights that they have against creatures, where it feels very visceral and grotesque, and the fights just like, you stab a thing doesn't mean it's necessarily going to die. It's going to scream and cry and fight back against you. So to that whole little stint, the show actually has a small companion comic from the goblins and monsters point of view, of like the humans coming into their land and like destroying their villages. So you get to see kind of this other side of just like, oh no, the humans are raiding again. They're gonna come kill all of our stuff and take our valuables, and it's just like, because it's pretty great.
I mean, it's pretty real. Like that's something that I've really liked about Somali so far, is because it kind of feels like it's this weird area where no one's right. Like, of course, killing people and monsters killing people, they're both bad. Like they're both doing acts of evil basically, and they're both against one another. Whoever started it is kind of irrelevant at the point where you're trying to now destroy each other forever. And then you have Somali, who just loves everybody, and she's human, and she's getting along with all the monsters fine. Like, and it's like, oh no. It's so good.
Yeah, it's so great. I love that one.
I don't want to spoil everything, but there's definitely a couple arcs, or not arcs, but like a couple episodes where like they go into some crazy like flipping of how you feel about characters. Like the one with the harpy. And when you guys get there, just comments down below if you've seen anything about the harpy episode for Somali, because man, that episode was like
destroyed.
That was like insane. That was one of the episodes where I was like, this show is better than it's putting itself out to be. Like it's adorable, it's cute, cool, but man, there's some real stuff that they're dealing with here.
It's easily a sleeper of a show that which is so funny because the amount of people who are like, there's no such thing as a sleeper anime anymore, and there's no hidden treasures,
hidden gem.
Like, no, they exist. They really do, and they're out there. People just,
No, I totally agree. I truthfully, weirdly enough, speaking of hidden gems, I don't know if you want to go into our weekly Wonder Egg. Did you watch? You watched last episode?
I watched. I watched the last
I
episode.
didn't see the one that came out
today.
this Wednesday because now we're recording
dang
this
it! 'Cause
late.
I just watched that one. Yeah.
I didn't.
Okay.
I mean, we're basically like a whole episode behind still. So, because
How
normally
dare
we
you.
do this before Wednesdays, but we've been
Yeah.
moving it closer to Fridays now. So basically, the one prior to this one, dude. What?
I'm afraid to talk about it because I know what happens in this next episode, and I don't. My head's distraught. from
Oh my
everything
god,
happening.
really? It's the
Yeah.
next episode's that crazy?
You exist in this small little world, and
Oh,
I'm
no.
over here just staring back at you at this point.
Oh no, I'm gonna go watch it after this. But seriously,
man.
that episode, not, I guess I'll just mainly talk about it. I guess so Jay
Mhm.
Jay can sit here and just smile and nod with his extra knowledge of the future that is possibly gonna happen in this show.
Yep.
But that episode had a very weird take on the whole relationship between I and the teacher, basically, who's coming into play.
All right, that happens.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
that's
like
intense.
basically it literally boils, there's the whole part that breaks down where she basically the mom is basically like, yeah, I want to start dating your teacher. And
Mhm.
she like, of course, is the whole fit and everything where it's like you think that she's doing it 100% because of course, like, your dad's gone, this is gonna be your new dad figure or whatever. But they throw in the whole curveball of maybe I likes the teacher. and it was so weird because the way her reaction is golden when they bring it up. Like, one of her friends brings it up to her and she's like, no, of course I don't. But the way that episode ends is basically her running outside to tell her teacher she's going back to school. And it's just one of those things. Why would you do that unless you feel something for the teacher? And that would explain why you were upset that your friend was getting more attention from said teacher than you were. It's like everything was falling into place for me that episode. And I was
Yeah.
like, oh no, are we taking it this direction? Because clearly we are now going down a path towards this direction. I know you have
Or
more info,
something.
more
Yep,
info than
I'm
I
not
do.
saying anything.
But,
Life is what it is at this point.
That episode to me helped grow that series into a direction I was not expecting it to go whatsoever.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that's a feeling.
That was definitely interesting to me because it was strange seeing Ai's reaction to all of it. And then I still like how her friend, who is it's the niece of him, basically is
Mhm.
like, hey, we might be family. And it's like, she doesn't want to hear that right now. And it's like, okay,
Yep.
yeah, that makes sense. And then the other one brings up the aspect of like, maybe she likes it. And then it's like, oh, you guys would be real family then. Like,
Oh.
oh,
That-
man.
So it's really funny because there was a couple people I talked to who were like still indifferent to where they thought this story was going, and then there was these group of people that were like, "Oh, that must mean that he is definitely not a predator," and I was like, "No, this is the telltale signs of a predator. She's straight up and groomed at this point. You're all crazy. This guy is like, hey." Anybody wearing a Native American necktie
Oh, my.
and isn't a Native American or some oil baron down in Texas, even that guy, probably a predator. I'm just saying,
Oh my
you
god,
need
that's,
to not.
that's a sign. It's a telltale sign. If they have the Indian necklace,
is.
just be cautious. Be cautious. Interestingly enough, because they really do foreshadowing to that going down, like hardcore, a bunch of times. And it really starts putting into place like how long has this all been going down. And I guess I don't know if we're gonna find out soon, but I think we're definitely gonna find out something soon as far as that whole direction is taking it.
We have 5 episodes left after.
Oh,
we
you're
watch
right.
The next one.
You're
So
right.
It's,
We're on the
it's
downhill.
happening soon, no matter what we.
We're on the
think.
downhill slope. That's a good point.
Mhm.
Oh man, I am so excited. I definitely 100%. I know what I'm doing after we're done recording this, but
Yeah, I can't believe you hadn't watched it. I
I've
was
been
so
trying
ready to talk about it.
to me, I was like trying to keep it to like one episode per
Yeah, no,
podcast,
fair.
basically. So I
But
knew
we
that
got our
if
times all screwed up thanks to last week.
I know, right? Maybe we'll get them back on track just for this show, because you're right. Like, to be able to know what's going on next and then be a whole nother episode ahead. Like, it's either we don't watch it when it airs, which to me, like, I just did it because I didn't have a lot of time this week.
Fair
So
enough.
it's like I haven't been able to get around to it. But at the same time, I think having 2 episodes under our belt is kind of scary, because then it's harder to talk about correctly. So
Yeah,
we get into the situation where Jay knows more than I do. You son of a bitch.
I don't like it. I don't
like
want
it.
to know more.
I don't like it either.
Yeah, even if I don't say spoilers, it still feels like I'm like leading towards them, and I don't want to do it.
Yeah, I totally feel that.
Which is why have you guys not watched Wonder Egg Priority? Other than, I get that it's not a show meant for everybody. I'm really
Sure.
realizing that now, that this is one hell of a show that we can't recommend to everybody, and it is freaking intense, dealing with really sensitive topics. I get it,
Yeah.
but still watch it.
I do think that this is one of those shows that if it doesn't go up for like 2021 anime of the year, like if it's not even like talked about, I will definitely be a little sad, because it isn't for everybody.
Incredibly so.
But it just, as far as like art direction goes, character development, story, like score, even though I'm really bad at remembering score clearly, if we go back to like, that was like the one category in Crunchyroll where I'm like, anime has music. That's right.
Yep. This one destroys it in the field from your end. Like the OP of this song is one of my new favorite songs right now.
Yeah,
like, there's just so much
good.
about it that I love. If this show sticks its ending, it is anime of more than just the year. Like,
Yeah.
we're talking about anime of like,
Creeping into your top 10 instantaneously.
this is an easy top qualifier.
Yeah.
In the top 5, if it sticks to landing, it's gonna be
I'm almost
Interesting.
weirdly enough, I'm not like afraid of it not stinking its landing, but I'm just interested to see how this ends, basically. Like, there aren't a lot of ways. I guess there's plenty of ways that you could end this, but the ways to end this show correctly, I personally don't know what they are right now, because I don't know what the hell is going to happen in these last few episodes, and I don't even know how you would do that correctly. But good luck, you guys who are making this. This definitely is one of those studios too where they're not usually doing their own standalone stuff. Who does this show again? I can't remember off the top of my head.
It's Cloverworks, right?
Cloverworks. Okay,
Somebody correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah, that sounds right, but we could both be wrong. But yeah, they did stuff for like what was it? I can't remember what else they've done before this.
Oh, they've done a ton of stuff. Like, they even worked on.
Did they work on Darling in the Franxx? Yeah, that's what I was thinking of. Yeah. Also,
Which, I mean, but yeah, and people who like watch that will know it's like, oh, that's supposed to be exclusively between A1 Pictures and Studio Trigger. But yeah, that's where a studio like Cloverworks comes in, is they pick up, X amount of scenes here or whatever, and just knock it out.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of small studios that exist out there. White Fox is another one, but they had a really good anime come out called Ancient Magus Bride.
Oh, I love that. That's who did Ancient Magnus Bride?
Yeah, so it's like every now and then you'll have like a studio that's known for just filling out work, doing an entire project on their own.
Man, that's an amazing show too.
It's great because whenever a studio that does stuff like that puts out work, it's usually phenomenal. It seems like, just because it's like, I don't know. It just comes out and it's usually better than the general rest. The only other company that I can always say that just had amazing animation is Kyoto Animations.
Well, I think if we can ever set up a way to go to any of these studios, I definitely, because I know we want to plan a trip not for this year but for next year to go to Japan. So if we can set up any of those studios, I'll try to get us to go. I'll have you as the studio master give me a list of like, all right, top 10 from top to bottom, and I will work through and see what we can do, because clearly, I mean, you can probably get at least a studio tour of some of these places.
Yeah, if we could do that, I would love that more than anything.
Yeah.
Just walk in and just see how how the sausage is made.
Well, you guys comment down below what you guys have all been watching. Yeah, I started Somoli. Go check that one out. Very, very good. Oh, I guess actually before we wrap up, there is one other show I started that I have been sleeping on and shouldn't have. I found out is Kids on a Slope.
Finally came around to watching it. Is this just because I told you that it's from the same people who did the score for Cowboy Bebop and the director? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see how it is.
100%. Not gonna lie. That pushed me into that camp, but it is very absolutely amazing. I mean, I love jazz. That was another thing that sold me when you're basically like, it is mainly about that, which it is mainly about. So, but.
It's a slice of life love story with jazz.
Dude, where I'm at right now, nothing's working out. And it's so fucking funny, dude.
No, I know. That's one of my favorite parts about the whole damn thing is just how dysfunctional he
Dude,
is.
straight up, that show has like such the weirdest love connections going on where it's basically like everyone loves someone, but no one loves the right person right now is how it feels. And it's really fucking funny. It's like, oh no.
Or do you think that they'll ever actually work?
No, I don't think, dude.
It's just like, is this just going to be one of those like melancholy stories? And you're just like, I guess so.
Yeah,
and
no,
it's great.
It's like, and then every once in a while it's just like, oh yeah, jazz. That's right. They play jazz. They're a band. That makes sense. They're all happy and they love those moments. And then you get back to the like real life moments and you're like, oh yeah, that's right. Nothing's working right now. The characters that you thought were going to end up together, I don't know if they're going to end up together. The characters who I didn't think were going to end up together might end up together. I don't know where I'm at right now.
How many episodes did you get in?
I'm fairly far. I think I'm halfway through the series right now.
Okay, cool. So you're past the date on the boat type of thing?
Yes.
Yeah, things like that. Yeah. So yeah, you're deep into the waters
I think
of like what's going
episode
on.
I just watched was the one where they play for the first time at like the bar basically, and the American dude is totally a dick. Like, holy shit. 100% like racist motherfucker, dude. But yeah. This
was taking place in like the date that this is supposed to take place is way back when Jazz was first getting introduced to Japan. So yeah, you get that GI that's just a dick. Yeah, that's exactly what it feels. It feels honest.
Yeah, it does. Like the characters in that show do feel very like honest to their character too. Like how they're played, how they're portrayed are very, very good. Voice acting's phenomenal. I've absolutely loved it so far. The instrumental and just the actual score, that's one of the few ones that I actually will remember. I feel like if you're a music anime and I don't remember the music from your anime, that's going a little far. Like background music or action music, it's just in the moment, so I'm not 100% there. But like a lot of the jazz stuff, it's phenomenally done. Very, very sweet. But
so good. Well, dang, that this gives me hope that you're going to start watching more of the things that I've recommended on the past, since you're climbing your way through some of these.
Slowly
and
but surely.
Finding them on your own too, which is great. I'm glad that Smoley is working out, and
yeah, I think it's one of those things too. Yeah, if you guys are watching anything or ever have any interest in any show, just let us know. Let us know in the comments what you've been watching, what you like. We like checking out new stuff if we've never heard of it, even more so. If for some reason you win Protagonist of the Year, like, we're gonna go watch your show, I guess.
Yeah, seriously. And somebody give us a hot take that actually matters. I would love to actually debate something on here that is worth the cause.
Oh, yeah, 100%. Lord of the Rings, you guys, good movie. All right, I'm gonna end it here. No,
straight trash.
There we go. There's our.
This will be much like that show does nothing but walking.
Next episode, we debate whether or not certain popular culture shows are good or movies are good. I actually have been thinking about that. I think that would be a fun episode to do at some point, because I feel like we could both wreck on Star Wars. I mean, I know your take on Lord of the Rings, of course. That came up in a live stream. If you guys ever want to check our live streams, it was pretty good. But yeah, thanks you guys for hanging out. I hope you guys enjoyed, and we'll see you guys next time. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. I'm just gonna cut this out. All right, bye.
No, they better.
Bye, you guys.